is true. Identify the conflict. How do we identify conflict? The most effective way to identify conflict is to write a conflict statement. A conflict statement is a sentence that briefly states what the main character wants and what is preventing him or her from attaining that desire. What's this? It's a man in a dress. Is it a man? No, it's Cinderella. Okay? So in the story of Cinderella, she wants to go to the ball. She wants to meet her prince. But her wicked stepmother won't let her go. That's the main problem of the story of Cinderella. In every story, there's usually a protagonist. Okay? Here we go. And the protagonist is the main character who has the conflict. Usually it's the good guy. Not always, but mostly. Then also we have the antagonist. Okay, anta means against in Latin, so maybe that's a useful way to remember. Okay, who or what the protagonist is struggling against. Ooh, it's a bad guy. Can you think of your favorite movie for a second, or book? And then I would like you to think of the main character in the book or the movie, and then the main evil character. So, what's the main problem? Not always a bad guy. In fact, sometimes it's not even a person. So, writing a conflict statement. How do we write a conflict statement? Let's have a look. So, we usually have the protagonist. What does he or she want? Okay, but something is stopping him or her from attaining what he or she wants. Conflict statement. Let's do a bit of a practice, okay? So the protagonist. I'm going to think of, for example, again, the Lord of the Rings, okay? The protagonist, Frodo, he wants to take the ring to Mount Doom, okay? But he has a problem. Something is not allowing him from getting what Frodo wants, and that's basically evil forces. So Saruman, they're preventing him from getting to Mount Doom. So the conflict statement is therefore, Frodo wants to destroy the ring, but evil forces are preventing him from doing that. Okay. So what are the types of conflict? Yeah, in every piece of literature, books, movies, there's several types of conflict. Okay, let's go over a few, the main ones. So the first one is character versus character. So what do you think this is? Let's have a look. So character versus character conflict, usually other characters or groups of characters have opposing desires of interest. Sometimes it's a villain, but not always. Okay. So basically, people against other people. The second type of conflict is that of character versus society. Usually, there's a set of rules, laws or cultural norms, a society's systems of beliefs standing up for what is believed. Okay, so there's a set of cultural values which have been established within a group or time period, and what basically happens is that a person opposes them. Well, not opposes them, but is against them. Okay, he doesn't agree with them, so he therefore stands up against what he believes in. Okay. Character versus nature. This is also a very common conflict in literature, and it's usually an individual person who is against natural phenomena, okay, such as the weather, the cold, disease, wild animals, hunger, fire, and natural disasters. Okay, can you think of any examples? The last one, also very important, is character versus self. So usually instead of against people, nature, or society, it's against oneself. So usually it's a person, an individual, who has to combat against loneliness, self-doubt, making a tough decision, having poor self-esteem, overcoming addiction, jealousy, etc. Concept review. So again, let's think for a second. What is the definition of conflict? Why do stories have conflict? How do you create a conflict statement? And what are the 4 basic types of conflict?